Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go! Rock it!
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Got to like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
We never got to see how Jacksonville planned to pair Etienne with James Robinson together last season because a Lisfranc injury kept the rookie from ever reaching the field. But just like the rest of the team, Etienne is starting fresh in 2022, and you can honestly consider this his rookie season.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Second and 10 now. It's Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Looking in zone for Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
An unfortunate distinction for Sanders last season. He had the most yards, 754 of any back in the league, to not score a touchdown. He's still the guy in Philly, though, and he'll get back to scoring this season. Plenty of work available for him in the league's top rushing offense from a year ago.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The Eagles are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Beckham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. ETN up the middle. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Josh Allen charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. Trucks over him. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This from 32 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Ready?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You got bombers. You got bombers.
Draw play, ETN. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Lawrence looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Let's take it inside his own 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
An option handoff given to Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Bird's going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Let's go now. Go, quick.
On first down, Hurts. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And a short gain here down to the 22. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They run with Sanders off the option. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. He hit his first, now this from 43. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 4th down. Here's Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. He completes it to Beckham. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Sanders looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Sanders again. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles use the short field to get in for 6. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Eagles have recovered. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Drop 50, drop 50.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun now on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. ETN once more. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Hey, stand up!
Running out of the gun with ETN. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, 27 yards. And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Get it! Look at 19!
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
They'll run with Etienne. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Second down, back to Sanders. And some space here. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On third down, here's Etienne. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Recon, moving if you fight it. Hey, lock it. Hey, Hayward.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 37 yards. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory.
And this will be caught at the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. A big connection on that one. 49 yards.
Let's go now. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Seven Pirates.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.